So I remember being a senior in high school, and I joined like this program where you got to leave every day around noon. And like as a senior in high school, like like I just want to get out of school, right? And it ended up being a project you left that early so that you could start a business. And I started my first business when I was 17 years old. It was a record label because I was watching like Master P and No Limit Records and what they were doing at Cash Money and Dre at Aftermath and Diddy at Bad Boy and like these hip hop moguls, like they were the cool entrepreneurs at the time. And I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And like Master P at No Limit, I was like, he's just signing all of his buddies from like down the road and down the street. And so, I wanted a record deal, but no one would give me one. A, I wasn't that good, but B, there was no one in Fort Lauderdale, Florida handing out record deals to white rappers at the time. And I remember well, then let's just do it ourselves. Let's just like figure this out. Let's press up an album. Let's go out and sell them at, Friday night parties and things like that. And as a 17-year-old, going into 18 years old, senior year of high school, you start like making a couple $100 on a weekend selling albums. It's like the coolest feeling in the world. And then also like you had this like product to give to people, to show off, to, start the party, like all of that stuff. And my son Colton and I, we've been talking like for the last 2 years. We've been traveling all over the country playing baseball tournaments, and he loves like his swag. Like that's the cool thing in baseball now. So you got, the arm sleeves and the glasses and the elbow guards and the sliding mitts and like all these things. And we just started chopping it up, and I was looking for kind of that next opportunity. I'd sold my last business. I'm in a great business right now at the Grommet, and I knew that I wanted something like just to work on, like to tinker, to play with, to do something. I was like, man, why don't we just do this together? And I think learning some of these skills, these entrepreneurial skills, so early in life, because right now, like if you could be like any two things, like an engineer, developer, and a content creator, if you can learn those skills, I think that's going to set you up for success. And like when my 11-year-old, when he's 18, 22, 23, going in, whether it's as an entrepreneur going into the workforce, those are the skills. Because as a content creator, being able to talk into a camera, be able to tell a story, be able to capture someone's attention, be able to move them up and down emotionally, being able to make cuts and find music that layers in, and like that's the skill of the future, is entertainment and creation and creativity and using your mind to take ideas and turn them into something. Or as a developer, like building software, building products, building what the next future wave is going to be. So I was like, let's just do this together. And we netted on sunglasses. And I think this is so cool for so many reasons. One is it gives both of us like a project to work on. It gives us something to do together, to pick out cool colors. You can see some of them over here, and like pick out like the packaging and creating the branding and building the logos and like just doing all this cool stuff. And it allowed him to like start creating videos. And instead of just getting on TikTok and scrolling like all of his buddies, he's now creating content for TikTok, which I think, again, that's like that's a skill in and of itself. And he's got videos with 250,000, 300,000 plus views. It's just about like cheesy baseball things that we do together. And I love it. And now we built a Shopify store. We're starting to make sales. We're starting to learn about ads. We're doing events, and we're selling hundreds of pairs of glasses. The other like really cool thing, and one of the things that I've always loved, is like when you have media, when you create things like this, you create leverage. Because if you can get views, if you can get viewership, if you can get people checking your stuff out, well, then you have power and you have leverage, and people will want to, leverage your media as an advertiser, or they want to be a guest, or they want to be a part of it. And, then you combine that with product, content, and commerce. It gives you an unfair advantage, because now we go to spring training games, and we'll talk a lot about these in these upcoming daily episodes. Is, go to spring training games, and instead of begging a player for a baseball, which we still do, right, or an autograph, we get to say like, hey man, I brought you a pair of glasses. I'm an 11-year-old kid. I made these with my dad, and we want to give you a pair. How cool is that? Like, that completely flips the relationship with the player. The player, also they're dope glasses, so they put them on. They're like, whoa, like these are sick. These are super cool. And it creates a different dynamic with the player. And how cool is it when, we turn on ESPN and we got guys from UCF wearing our glasses on an ESPN game. We've got, AAA players wearing the glasses. We've got, colleges. I got a box going out today, right here, got a box right here. It's going out to Valdosta State, if you can see that on the card. Going out to Valdosta State. Like, we went up for a tournament in Georgia, ended up at Valdosta State University, just walked in and said, hey, like, can we use your cages? And they were like, yes. And I was like, oh, cool, we'll shoot you some glass. So like, we're gonna shoot them over to Valdosta State and get them like wearing some of the glasses. And it creates this, like, now, like, we have something to give, we have something to offer, and it's really cool. And it's like building a little bit of momentum week after week after week after week. And so, yeah, it's been super cool because I started my entrepreneurial journey, my business journey, super early. And to be able to transfer that to Colt and then eventually to Ryder and to Ashton when they're ready, it's like the most powerful thing in the world. And I am so excited for what happens. What happens next? No idea. Like, can we sell thousands and thousands and thousands of pairs of glasses? I actually think so. Does it morph into something else? Potentially. Do we start something like, I don't know. But the cool thing is that we're doing it together. We're doing it as a family. It's a thing that we get to share together and build together and be together and bond together and create together. And there's no better feeling on the planet than that. And, hopefully, do we sell thousands of pairs and, make a lot of money? And this is his career path. Like, sick. If it's just a cool way to spend the next couple of years, him learning skills, us getting to do something together, sick. And so this journey is going to be so much fun. And now I'm so excited to like document it, whether it's myself talking to the camera, getting Colt on, like shooting longer form, short form, doing interviews, like whatever it is. I think this is just cool to document the process of building something with your son. And I couldn't encourage dads more to like find that project, to find that thing that bonds you guys together, but that builds skills at the same time. It doesn't have to be a business. Like, for some of you guys, it's like teaching your kids. Like, I've got a neighbor and I love it. Like, he like fixed my brakes like in his driveway the other day. And I'm like, this is like rocket science to me. I have no idea how to do this, how he does this. But, his kids are now learning those skills. Like, I think this is so cool to help your kids learn these like skills early in life and help develop it out. For me, it's just business. It's entrepreneurship. It's my passion. Like, I love coming up with an idea and like bringing it to life. I love coming up with an idea and a couple weeks later, samples are here. And then a couple weeks later, the delivery comes in and we've got boxes everywhere in my office right now. Every morning before school, we're packing orders and putting things together. And he's, we're saying, all right, what's the next video we're going to shoot? What, let's plan it out. Hey, we're going on this trip. What are some cool things that we could do to create some new content? I don't know. I just love it. And I think that when you can have that connection with your kids and using it to build audience, to build community, to do something fun, to do something that makes the world a little bit better, how freaking cool is that? So yeah, day one, sharing the journey, the Brolletts, Arte Shades. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait to tell you more about how we're building the business, what we're doing, what he's learning, get him on camera and get his chops up even a little higher. It's going to be one hell of a ride. So thank you guys for watching this first little episode, and I'll catch you guys soon.